I thought of this lesson today. It's a very simple lesson entitled, The Words Are Words, Your Words Are Powerful. So we want to look in a little into what we say, what we proclaim. From what state of being do we say what we say? And to also understand that what we say are seeds and they are powerful. And they are powerful. So, yes, the lesson is your words are powerful. So I start the lesson. We have over time listened to our lessons here from Dr. Greg, from everyone, on how powerful our thoughts are. We always say that our thoughts are powerful, our thoughts are creative, and everything we do, we create, starts from that thought level, what we think. Dr. Greg always talks about, again on Thursdays, monitoring the tendencies of our hearts, our thinking, what we think, because the tendencies lead to the eventual thoughts and it will lead to what we see, the results. So you will often hear some of the teachers say things like, thoughts are powerful, thoughts are things. It's only a thought, it can be changed. And we learn over time, how to change our thoughts. If it's not the thoughts that will lead to what we want, we learn how to nip it in the bud. And also, from past lessons that we've had here, we know that we are active participants. We are not passive. We are active. Everything that pertains to life and to us, we are active participants. Nobody will do it for you. You have to be ready and you do the work. This teaching is about learning and doing the work yourself. So we are active participants in this process of life. We create with our thoughts, what we declare and all that. So this lesson will be trying to come out with how we can move our thoughts through what we say and create with that. So we'll be looking into one of the ways to bring our thoughts into action or reality. And one very clear way of doing that is through what you say, through what I say. And I remember one sentence or quote we always say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you speak from your thoughts, from what you have up there. And it's said in another way, your consciousness is the totality of your awareness and your thinking. And it speaks. So if you want to know what your thoughts are, it will reflect in what you say. It will reflect on what I say. The tone, the words, the meaning, everything will be from the abundance of the heart, your consciousness, the totality of your awareness. Or if you want to say it in another way, it is mirrored in our world. So you can't actually be saying something different from the totality of your consciousness. And we have the power to speak things into being with our words. The words that we declare, the words that we affirm, if we believe. So it's proper to say that your words are like seeds. If you speak the words, it's like a seed that is planted. So if you sow seeds of negativity and nurture it, it will grow, it will blossom. If you sow the one of positivity, it will blossom and nurture it. So the question I will always ask myself, or will ask ourselves, is what are we speaking? What are you saying from the totality of your consciousness? What are you declaring from the abundance of your thoughts? What are you saying from the deepest part of you? Not just the surface chatter. Again, whatever you're speaking or saying is an outcome of the totality of your consciousness, what you have fed your being with. And again, we always say that the universe is waiting to go into action or to bring to pass whatever we say we are thinking. We say it responds to our every thought. It responds to everything you speak. It's just a law. Whatever you throw at it and feed, it will respond to it. So we are all wanting to bring out the importance of the power in our words. Not just that it's powerful. Remember, when we say these things, we are saying, oh, universe, God, this is what I want you to work with. Go on with it. So when you are, it happens, we could be in down sometime, and you speak from that position, you're also telling the universe, this is what I'm giving to you to work with. So work with it. Because we know it responds to us 24/7. It's what we have to do. Once you say something from any position, whether you're acting or reacting, you are telling the universe, I give you this, work with this. Because we know through our lessons that it responds to us 24/7. Responds to every thought, responds to everything you say, responds to everything you declare. I like to paraphrase an old scripture that says that when the sovereign or the ruler makes a proclamation, that there dwells tremendous power. There is tremendous power, there's enormous power in what you say. And that is why even when we don't feel up to it, when we have circumstances all around us, we are knowing that everything is working for our own good. So we declare all is good, all is well. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Nobody has promised, the universe has not promised or said everything will be all right. That's why it's a process. We are working through things. What do you say while you are working through things? Like they say, when you're going through fire, don't give up. When you're going through it, don't give up. You constantly be positive and look up. Don't let the circumstances overwhelm you. With your thoughts, with your actions, with what you say. In spite of this, I am whole and complete. In spite of this, I am complete. I'm coming out of it. I am supplied and supported. In spite of the circumstances, I know who I am, and I know who I have come here to be. What are we constantly declaring? And this lesson is for us to know that you are the sovereign. You are sovereign, I am. There's power in everything you say. Not just tiny power, if there's anything like that. Enormous power. Power that can pull down mountains. And Dr. Greg will always say that we are the whole bit. You can't be the whole bit and what you say does not have power. You are an aggregation of power. hidden treasures. And that's why we go within the journey without a distance. So we are always knowing that we have this power and we can wield it, we can use it for our own good. I'd like to go into a little quotes or ideas from some people about the importance of words, what we say. There's a Persian poet, Hafiz, said, "The words we speak become the house we live in." When we communicate with others and with ourselves internally, we are constructing an imaginary house. Then we live in this house and experience life inside it. This is how we interpret the world around us and even our identity. Again, from somewhere, the scriptures, it said, "My word shall not return unto me void, empty. It shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Again, bringing out the aspect that your words are powerful and they are seed. When you say something, declare something, you're sending your words on errand. And they will not come unto you without fulfilling that which you have sent it for, because your words are powerful. It's like the words of a king or a queen or someone in authority. They carry enormous power. And somewhere again, it says that the words we speak, they are life and death. So if you come to a situation that seemingly there's no headway, you can speak life into it because your words have power. You can come to a closed end and speak power, life into the situation. And this will take an understanding of who you are, your connection with Source, to know that your words, your statements are powerful. Or from Cher, back in 1989, she said, "Words are like weapons, they wound us sometimes." Or our speech is so much more impactful that we sometimes want to admit. Buddha said, "Words have the power to both destroy and heal. When words are both true and kind, they can change the world." Another one says, "Your words are the greatest power you have. They are like two-edged sword. They can heal or they can hurt." So we are knowing that the words we speak are powerful. Sometimes the solution we need, it's most times not outside of us. It's just a little tweaking of our thoughts and what we say. Speak life to yourself. In the quietness and coolness of your time, you can speak life to yourself. You can speak blessings constantly. Even when you are not seeing it before you, you can speak it into being because your words are powerful. I give an example. The words that we speak, they have power of life when we share positive messages. I mean, we've been in classes here, and you'll hear people talk about their demonstrations and how they went through things. These are things that also encourage us to practice the teaching the more. If you ever encounter a real practitioner or teacher, you will notice that the most thing that they say, like Dr. Greg, is, "We are all cheerleaders. You encourage me, I encourage you. We are here to lift ourselves up." They also say, if you don't have anything good to say, keep quiet. You hear often, sometimes they say things like, oh, good job. You're practicing it. You're doing a good job. As a practitioner, we are here to see the good and the God in all situations. And not just seeing it, we speak it. We speak the good and God. Out of this, only God, only good. It's an inner work. It's an important work that you will do and I will do. And we also know, just as the creative force possesses the power to speak and manifest creation through its thoughts. We talk about creative force. Everything that we are seeing, they started with thoughts and speaking. So many things were spoken into existence. Not just because the creative force is done now, but we also have that power to speak things that we want into existence with the words of our mouth. How powerful that is to know that you can create things with the things you speak. The things you even affirm. So we can speak calm to a raging situation. Things are happening, things are troubling, things are challenging, it's difficult. What are you saying? We can calm the raging storm. We can speak healing to our bodies. We often hear things said, or Dr. Greg says, every hand that touches me, they are healing hands. You believe it and you say it, and anybody that touches you will be healing. We are one. And it doesn't just happen. We have to discipline ourselves, and we have to fill our thoughts with positivity. So we speak from that position of respect, gentleness, love, humility. Because in your words, in your altercations, everything you say, there is enormous power. Someone said, the tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to break hearts. Strong enough to do enormous damage. But we also know that we have such power and control over our thoughts. We can choose to use this force constructively. We can choose to use this power of words constructively for encouragement. And that's what we are here for. And not to destroy things. We avoid saying words of despair. And before we speak, we want to take a few time, like we talk about, to contemplate. Will this thing I say be life? Will it give life to the person hearing it? Will it discourage the person? Will it lift the person up? We'll consider the impact of what we'll say. If it will make another person feel less of him or herself, then why talk about it? I mean, we had this lesson a while ago about the pause that refreshes. It comes into play in almost every aspect of our life. If you're angry and you're wanting to speak from that position, when you remember this Coca-Cola commercial, the pause that refreshes, and give yourself a time to think it through, it will always be a wonderful thing, because you'll be speaking not from a position of hurt or anger, but from a position of strength. And once you're calm, you'll be speaking life. You'll be speaking goodness, love. So we are wanting to always pause in situations like that and speak from a position of strength, of calmness. We often say this: in quietness and confidence shall our strength be. And when we quiet ourselves and speak from that point of view, we'll always be speaking life. There's another one, a 12-step slogan, which can help us all. We act, we don't react. Reaction will always be from a position of helter-skelter. Everything is in a hurry. I need to just get at this. But if we calm down, we act, we respond. Again, bringing out the issue of pause. Think it through before you say it. If it won't lift anybody up, no need to say it. We are lifters, we are practitioners. And as we understand this, we'll react less. We don't want to be speaking from a position of reaction. We want to act when we've gathered ourselves together. And we speak life always. We are lifters. We intend to be kind to everyone and speak words that encourage. Enthusiastic words. Words that will make us move forward. That is what we are here for. That is what we do always. We declare some things always. We know that we are supplied and supported. These are not just mere words. These are powerful words. You are complete. I am complete. I'm going through this. I'm successful. I am the whole bit. Anything I set my mind to do, I will prosper. What are you saying to yourself when you wake up and you're facing a situation? What are you saying to yourself? What are you declaring? There are positive affirmations that we say, and they are meant to build our consciousness that are helpful to you and helpful to others. Louise speaks about the environment that we grew up as children. In some cases, it's abusive or dysfunctional. And a lot of us, got some wrong languaging or stuff, negative things through the environment we grew up. And most times, we operate from that. But we often know that through these lessons, through this teaching, that we are not our past. We are not the things that happen to us. Because we are constantly knowing that we are one with God, and every of those things does not represent who we are. We are the complete being. We have access to the universe. We are one with the universe. And every of this programming, over time, with the teaching, with what we hear, what we speak, we can change it to the programming that are positive and that will allow us to speak and talk from that position of positivity, of seeing the good and the God in every situation. Do you also know that some of the things that words have a correlation to our hormones? When we hear good things, it affects the hormones. They secrete things that would give you energy. And when you hear things that are negative, they also do likewise the opposite direction. And what is the essence of all these things? We are here to remind you to be mindful of what you say, what you speak. Whatever you want to see, begin to speak it into being, because your words are powerful. Again, there is an aspect of knowing who we are also helps us when we speak. If I know I'm the complete being, I'm whole, I'm full, I'm supplied and supported, even when things are not the way I want it, if I know who I am, that is just a phase, I'm just going through it, I will speak from the totality of my consciousness of knowing who I am and who I have come here to be. I will speak from that standpoint and not the standpoint of the prevailing circumstance, because I know who I am. Because in spite of whatever I'm going through, I know it's working out for my own good, not there to destroy me. I can only come out stronger. And when we come from that place, there is a quietness, a calm of certainty and confidence because of our growing knowledge, our understanding of who we are. I'll just take, there's a study I read about words. And it says that certain words like go, 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 yes, you can, I can do this, improve performance of various tests for people in sports. I mean, I like tennis a lot, and I watch tennis a lot, and I see athletes, when they're coached, now they've allowed coaching while playing. And you see the impact of your coach telling you, be aggressive, go for it, go for it. In the split second, you see the effect on the athlete. It's as if there's a rush of hormones or energy into the person's bloodstream, and they begin to play better. This happens to everybody. If someone is there cheering you up, encouraging you, do it, raise it a notch, go, do it, you're getting it. These are positive words. It does not just affect emotionally. I mean, there's a link with words to increase in hormones and secretion of lactate, which gives you power, which gives you energy. And the same way with negative words. It affects the whole thing. You just find that you're crippled. You hear certain false information from your doctor and be like, oh, all of a sudden you begin to have fever because there are words. But we are learning through this teaching, in spite of any situation, to speak what we want to see. Have you ever you see people when they are fearful, and you speak words of courage to them, you can do it, you can go through it, you did it before, you can do it again. All of a sudden, there seems to be a strengthening, an awakening, and they begin to move through the situation, and most times come out victorious. So words can make you feel better. It can also hurt us, like I mentioned earlier. I remember again particularly, this was David in the Bible, and Louise often says that when things seemed so bad, precarious, worse, what do you say? I think the scripture says he encouraged himself. Speak to yourself, go to that mirror and say, you can do it. I heard it from the interaction time, this person did this and succeeded, I can do it. I have everything within me to do it. I am connected with God, I'm one with God, I'm one with the universe, I'm one with Source. I can do it. Say it 1,000,000 times. Feel it as you say it. Point to yourself in the mirror as you say it. There is enormous power when you speak, when you declare. And one thing is that this thing about words, it's never too late to start anytime. You can start it today. You can start it now. There is no dead situation until we declare, until we don't do what we are supposed to do. Every situation, we can always speak life to every situation. It's never too late to change. You can start by declaring it now. Declare it to yourself, declare it to your family members, declare it to your family member, to anybody around you, declare it at work. Everything is working out for my own good. I can speak life. I can do all things. So we are, through this lesson, to bring it to everyone that what you say, what I say, it's important. And like we said, we speak from our consciousness. And what do you fill your consciousness with? Even when everything is not as you planned it, do you speak then, or do you want to pause and reflect before you speak? I personally like that pause before, the pause that refreshes. It does all the time. If you can, in those moments, pause, think it through, and speak from a position of strength, and don't react. Most times we come out on top of the situation. And again, this lesson is basically for us to be mindful what we speak, because when we speak, we are giving the universe what to work with. There's no vacuum in life. We are thinking things always, and we speak from that position. So we want to present to the universe something that we want to work with, because it responds to us always. Always, always. Your words are powerful. My words are powerful. It can destroy, it can build. So let's speak as practitioners and build and encourage one another. Thank you very much. This will be the end of the lesson.